Hi, my name is Jamie North with Glitz and Kits, and today I'm going to share with you how to make a Laramie braid. Now, what we're going to do today is to create a braid with 10 elements, but you can use more by adjusting the number of elements in each grouping, but you want to maintain 3. This braid uses a core, which goes down the center of the braid. You can probably see it there at the point of braiding. And basically your elements, and I've used 2 strands of S-lawn in each of these elements, will cover up that core. So while you can use a variety of different elements or different yarn or whatever, tubing even, for your core, you want it to be a similar or slightly darker color so that if it peeks through, it's not going to distract from your project. So what I've done here is cut 2 strands of S-lawn per element and wound it around the bobbins. Now I wind it up first because when you tie this all together to get started, it can get all knotted up. So I tie it including the core in an overhand knot. For this particular braid, I use a larger gaiter weight. You're going to want to maybe increase your weight when you're using a fiber braid. So more weight than with beads. The way I've set this one up is I have 1 element in each of slots 31, 32, 1, and 2. And then in slots 11, 12, and 13, 22, 23, and 24. Now, obviously, if you're going to do more elements, that's going to change, and the slots aren't that important. It's just to give you the proper orientation as you're braiding. Now, what's going to happen with this core, the core never fits into a slot. You're going to wrap it around your finger like this and have the base of it in your hand, and it is going to float around your disc. So you're always going to want to move the core to the left of the the section that has 4 elements. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So it's up to the left. So with my 4 elements at the top, I'm going to pull the far left and I'm going to cross all the way over. So now this has 3 elements, this has 4. Then I'm going to rotate the disc. I'm going to take the top left one and I'm going to cross all the way over. So I still have 4, 3, and 3, but it's going to rotate. So my core is floating around my disc. I also recommend, if you're using multiple strands of S-lawn, that you kind of give it a smooth as you move it. What that does is, what's causing the ridge in this braid is this extreme crossover that you're doing. So if you keep it nice and smooth, the ridge on your braid is going to be nicer. Okay, so that's all it is. And if you can see the point of braiding, you're basically creating a triangle around your core with these 3 separate sections. So this braid is a great braid if you've got a fancy pendant and you want some interest in your braid other than just a basic 8-strand round. It does take a bit longer because you are covering your core. So you can see in this one, I've got 2 colors of S-lawn. It gives me kind of a model-y look in my braid. I'll show you a couple other examples. This particular braid has 3 strands of S-lawn per element, and it still has a 2mm rat tail core, but you can see it's a little bit chunkier than this one. This one only has 2, but they both have the same size of core, so you can see it makes a difference how many elements you choose. This one, of course, is all blue. This particular braid I did for a more complex pendant, but I wanted the colors in the braid, so I used 5 elements of the pink and 3 elements of 2 strands of green and 2 elements of the light blue. So I'm still creating a Laramie braid with 10 elements. I hope you found this useful. quick and informative, and that you have fun creating Laramie braids with S-Lawn, a very economical braid to make, and it adds interest to your piece. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. It's Jamie North with Glitz and Kits.